Okay.
Mm.
Welcome to Nancy and Nicole, real life, real talk. Today, we're talking about summer, summer
Woohoo!
vacation. I know, summer in general, what it looks like to adult during summer. And what do you want? What do you want your summer to look like? But how do you want to feel on Labor Day weekend? I have had more than my fair share of adulting summers where I get to Labor Day and feel like I missed the whole darn thing because I've been working and took no time for play or just having fun with friends or the kids or doing anything like that. For some reason, I always thought that a successful summer meant I spent the entire summer on the patio drinking iced tea and reading a book, which sounds fun for like 20 minutes. I don't think I need a whole summer of that. But anyway, that's not what my summers look like. So this summer, we're going to do it with intention. But we should
Yikes.
probably define what that is so we know what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
What about you?
The epitome sort of summer for me is not iced tea on the back deck, but it is laying on a floaty, one of those
Yeah,
inflatable air mattresses on the lake with a
that
friend
sounds fun.
and just hanging out and shooting the shit.
That also sounds fun.
Yeah. And I have two of those little air mattresses. So maybe we should go have a little summer
I like that.
playtime.
I could probably do that for more than 20 minutes too.
I bet we could talk about work, and so it would feel productive too if we felt so inclined like we needed to. But
Sure.
it's funny, for
Multitask.
me, so much of the stuff around summer that got carried over from childhood is all about being outside in the water, playing,
Mhm.
very water-based. We grew up near Lake Washington, spent all our time in the water, and then junior high and high school, my mom bought a house that had a small pool, so it was very social, a lot of that stuff. And then as my decades of adulthood have gone on, I think I still carried that through for a long time. I think the two things that probably made me have to be more adult was becoming a parent and being an entrepreneur, being self-employed.
Yeah,
It's like you kind of just don't get to take 2 weeks off in the summer and just play. I mean, you probably could, but most people don't. I think
right.
if you really could do anything in the summer, not have it impact your business or your relationships or any like your life, like what's the dream version of summer feel like for you? Do
Mm,
you think?
that sounds, I mean, back to our lottery question. You know what? It's no, because I would say I'd travel all summer. In the Pacific Northwest, we wait all year for summer. So I'm actually not that motivated to leave town because it's so nice here and the days are beautiful. In fact, we flew home on Saturday night over the weekend, landed at 9:30 at night, and it was still light outside.
Mm,
So, and like really light, super light. So I would say it all goes back to intention. I actually you know what? I love my clients. I love my clients. So working over the summer is not a big thing because I'm spending type of time with people that I enjoy. But it is about being more intentional, meaning I like to be outside as well, whether it's drinking a cup of tea or an espresso on the deck in the morning. So I do that more on the deck than I do, inside. I try to, in the evenings, I'll go sit outside. Just being outside makes me happy. So I get more intentional about what I do. I try to cut out everything I don't have to. But the one big game changer for me is realizing that slivers of time count.
mhm.
Meaning, I used to think I'd have to take the whole day off, especially when the kids were younger. It's like I have to take the whole day off and not look at my phone at all for it to count as a day off or just something fun during the summer.
Yeah.
Well, it's just not happening. But I can take an afternoon off or even, start in the middle of the afternoon and go for a walk or go kayaking or do something fun and summer like that makes me feel really good, allows me to connect with other people, and I still got my work done in the morning. It's the beauty of our long days in the Northwest.
Yeah. I think that hype of a week off of vacation is great, but I would totally agree that it is those small moments. It's not like it's not. I think life is about the small moments, whatever
Yeah.
season it is, but definitely the factor about being outside more so. The couple things that have been really sweet that I have been enjoying just in the last couple weeks is, especially because it's been warm the last couple of days, is waiting till like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night and taking the dogs for a walk in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
And for anybody who knows my dogs, they're seniors, so we don't really actually go for a walk. We go for a sniff,
Which is also good.
which is Same, same for them. They're so happy. But doing that in the evening, in the winter, I don't wanna go take a walk in the dark because it's at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
That gets
yeah,
depressing. But somehow doing it super late at night, it's cooling off, everything all the plants smell good, sometimes there's other
yeah.
people out or usually not, and so that's one of the things, and then, the last few mornings, it's been really lovely to get up again before it gets start getting hot. Leah makes her coffee or I make her coffee, and we're outside with the dogs, and she's got the hose going on one side of the yard, and I'm in the other, and we're just watering some of the plants that need watering and being outside and
I
enjoying it
love
before
that.
it gets too hot. Yeah. So kinda just trying to find those, as you said, sliver moments. Do you tend to do a lot of social stuff, like, with other people in the summer? Is there some
We do.
expectation around that, do you think?
There's a little bit of that, and I think as you were talking, the thing that I love the most about summer is space.
Mm,
There's
sure.
times in the year and in our business, especially where we're at in the Northwest, typically that the first part couple months of the year when things are super busy, there's those times, and especially if the kids are home and they've got their sports, where it's just one long day of checking
Mm,
things off, appointments, to-do lists, and it's how can I fit everything in it? Everything just feels really squeezed and scrunched to kind of get it in. And in the summer, there's stuff to do, but there's something about it. There's more space. Like, there's time to sit on the deck and drink a cup of tea, and it's 5 minutes. It's not even that I'm out there for hours, but
mhm.
there's a little bit of time in between appointments.
Interesting.
There's time in the evening to make dinner together. Uh, there is space because we're not running around with all of the evening appointments or what have you that, yeah, friends will call, "Hey," and my favorite things are the random Tuesday night dinners. "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" "Nothing. Let's get together for dinner." Whether somebody's making dinner or we go out to a restaurant.
Nice.
That kind of stuff seems to organically happen a lot more in the summer
Mhm.
than it does at other times in the year, and that's the part that I love the most. Uh, and like you said, the evenings, there's that time, after dinner in the winter, and we tend to eat, it's kind of like I don't go to bed right after dinner, but it kind of feels that way because it's just dark and it's raining and
Yeah.
what just the motivation and the space to do things is just not there like it is in the summer. So there's this extra space in between things that just seems to allow for more fun, more organic socializing, getting together with people, and I really like that.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Do you do more socially in the summer?
Well, you should ask me this in like 2 months because I don't really know. I
Oh,
think there's a little bit more. I mean, we have a great deck for hanging out outside,
mhm,
and historically our house has kind of been some of the social gathering hub with some of our friends.
yeah.
But I also think we don't see people as much in general as much as we used to. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out this summer. I think I feel some social pressure like you're supposed to go to barbecues or
Yeah.
or people are throwing parties and somehow or I'm supposed to throw a party. So I feel a little aware of some hype and
Sure.
expectation around this season that it's supposed to be really fun,
Yes.
super fun,
You should be
filled with fun,
paddleboarding every day,
tons of
barbecuing,
fun.
rosé all day with
All the things. Seeing people, good food, barbecue, and you and I both have admitted more than once, food is not we like to consume it, but are, like, planning and creating and doing all that, not so much. So
I made
so
reservations for dinner tomorrow. So happy about that.
nice job.
Way rather do that.
So I just am, I'm trying to find that balance of sort of the hype and expectation of summer fun. In fact, just a couple months ago, I came across the piece of paper in some book or something of all the things it was the dream list of things we could do as a family. It was probably from at least, my God, 10, 13 years ago. Like, go to the zoo concerts, or the aquarium, or go to the
Yes.
ocean or to the sound at low tide and look at stuff, or go to the drive-in movies. I mean, all the fun I
Mhm.
mean, truly, all things I would still want to do this summer. Year after year, I would pull out the same list and show it to my family and go, okay, what are we going to do this summer? Are we going to hike more? Are we going to whatever?
I used
And
to have that too when the kids were little
every,
of like, yes, if I haven't checked them all off by the end, I'm a terrible mom. My kids are, culturally inept and it's all my
yeah.
fault.
Well,
And then
and
all the
forget
things.
the kids. I want to have fun.
Yeah,
I don't even think it
that's
was so much about that. For me, it was like, okay, I'm ready to have some fun. And it was funny to come across that list and go, wow, I
yeah.
didn't do most of those things. I don't do most of those things in the summer. What is interesting to me is, and it'll, again, we'll have to circle back around when we start up again in the fall and talk about how our summer was.
Is there anything in that list that you remember that you're like, why did I even put this on here? Because it was something you were should do, or you thought you were
No,
supposed
no, it was
to do?
all stuff I wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
And still stuff I want to do. My hypothesis is, although today is not
Um,
a good example, but I'm going to guess that I might give myself more permission to not necessarily be as productive during the day when you can go do fun stuff.
yeah.
Because it stays light later, I tend to work longer.
And you're a night owl. I
Yeah.
am not.
Like sitting at my desk till 10, 11 o'clock at night. If I'm having fun, doing creative stuff
Yeah.
and writing people and, thinking, doing
Doing the
stuff I like
things.
doing. But it's way easier for me to do, and I still do that even all the time, is I'll work more at night and
Hmm.
maybe run errands or do something fun that I, want isn't working during the
Yeah.
middle of the day. But it'll be interesting to see how summer sort of plays into that. Because I think it's really easy for me to get into an either or, like either I'm working or I'm taking the
Right.
day off. And how do you, in the middle of the day, go down to the lake and put your feet in the water if you want to, or go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee on a hot day. I mean, it's funny to me the things.
The little things that make it feel summery.
No.
So what are two things you want to commit to this summer that by Labor Day you want to be celebrating? Like something you want to have done that make it feel like summer.
You go first.
No, I asked you first because I don't have an answer. I just had a question.
Eh, I would love to get our kayaks out this year. We didn't
Yeah.
get them out at all last year. And part of this, they're where they're stored. And I think we both think they're probably full of rat poop because of like whoever's been. So it's a thing to get them out. And they're heavy. So it's not super easy to even get them from where they are, get them all cleaned up, ready to use, and then to actually get them up on the car. That is a
Yeah.
bummer thing about being two short women in a household and trying to get kayaks on the top of a car. Anyway, I would like to kayak more. That's probably the biggest thing. And just more time with people,
Yeah. I love
hanging
it.
out time.
Say go on a hike.
Mm. I'd go hike with you.
Okay, cool. I'll go kayaking with you. Go out to one of the islands. Yeah, and then do something around water, whether it's kayaking, paddleboarding, something like that. I do like doing that stuff.
Okay. Well, we've got some built-in accountability
There you
right here with
go.
us. How fun is that?
I like it. It's good stuff.
So what's the feeling piece? Like we've talked about like what do you want to do between now and then? But like
Mhm.
I really liked how you started out with the question of like how do you want to feel come Labor Day?
I wanna feel like I just had space
Mm,
and that I was more present
yeah.
in whatever I'm doing, whether I'm sitting at home reading a book, hanging out with, Gary and the kids, with friends, but that just, when you just breathe and you relax and you settle into a space because you're just there and you're not trying to figure out all the other things. That's how I wanna feel at the end of summer.
So list all the other things for you in the summer.
Like what?
Like you were saying, like I'm not so focused on all the extraneous stuff, and
Yeah,
I feel like there's a spaciousness, but the spaciousness is because something that usually is there isn't there.
right. So for me, it's,
Okay.
I'm not usually as busy work-wise. I still work
Got
over
it.
the summer, but I'm not as busy. And we're shifting now too, now that the boys are out of high school and, now they're in college. But it used to be that a lot of the school stuff would go away, so that created space.
Don't tell me you had space in the summer. You have been a baseball mom. That is a consuming life.
Yeah, no kidding. But we have a lot less baseball now, so
Yeah.
there's space there. But also then work-wise, I focus on my immediate clients. I'm still good at calling people to stay in touch, but it's not a creative time for me, meaning I'm not working behind the scenes on any kind of project or it's kind of I get in, I get it done, and I get out so I can go do other things. So I do give myself permission to take things off. And even when I teach classes and mentor agents, I always tell them there's certain times, like if you want to, when agents are like, I want to plan out my marketing for the year or work on branding or all of that kind of stuff. For me, there's a rhythm to my year that there are times when I will make time for that. And that feels like the right thing for me. I would never work on like branding or marketing or anything like that over the summer
Interesting.
because
Yeah.
I want to be out goofing around.
Yeah.
I know other people feel differently, right? They feel like they have space and that's when they want to do it. For me, I would never do anything like that over the summer.
Ugh, now I'm so curious what's going to happen in the next
Hmm.
2 months because I think while yeah, my hypothesis is I don't want to work in the summer either. I'd take the whole summer. I'd take all the time off if I could, just because I like to play and do
Yeah.
fun stuff. Pull out that list from 2017 and do all the things I haven't done yet ever in the summer. But I have more energy in the summer than I do November, December.
Hmm.
Like I think I am more creative just because my energy is more light
Sure.
and up and I just feel more energetic. Whereas I think a lot of people go, oh, the slower seasons of real estate or on business stuff
Mhm.
tend to happen sort of in darker,
Yeah.
winter time. But that is the last time usually all I want to do is like be under a blanket in my pajamas and watching a movie and going to bed early.
Yeah. See, that's when I'm more creative, is in the winter.
Yeah, but I think I am too. I don't know what my problem is.
It's not a problem. There's nothing wrong.
I don't need to be fixed.
No, you're good just the way you are.
My God, I'm not broken.
Oh, no.
But isn't that funny? I feel very out of touch with, I mean, you're basically asking me in this conversation, when are the seasons and cycles of your
Uh-huh.
energy and time and focus and both of a day? I do know what my best time of day is, but seasonally, I don't have a clear sense about that. I
Well,
think
and
part
some
of that is
people
because I
are
had a
more
super productive day today and it was
yeah.
creative, and that makes me go, "Oh my god, summer must be the time for me to do all that stuff."
And
But
maybe it is.
I don't
I mean,
know.
people are wired differently. Some people are just more consistent. I'm actually not consistent, meaning
Oh,
but I've learned to embrace it and love it.
I don't think anybody would call me consistent, come on.
We all have our moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
I wanna feel like I too want to get to Labor Day and feel like I was present.
Yeah,
Present for I have a lot of business coming up
that's
between
great.
now and, like, the 1st week of August. So what is that, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and some travel, and then I get to just hopefully drop for a couple of weeks, gearing up for a busy September, October. So it's a funny season for me.
Yeah,
Like, I've got more focus that I'm gonna have to pull out of somewhere.
you'll find it. You always do.
Thank you very much.
Hey, everybody. Well, I'm curious. How do you define summer if you're listening? Do you do things differently? Most importantly, do you do things differently with intention? And if so, what is it?
Yeah, I love that.
Let us know.
And, we're gonna be talking about this after Labor Day to find out
I know.
what did it feel like?
Stay
What'd we do?
tuned.
I love it. All right. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. See you on the flip side.
Bye.